Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Dyslexic Reader and welcome to an episode of Novelty Chats, the videos that I post on Sundays every week which are bookish discussions. If you're new here, consider subscribing because I just talk about books a lot. We always do a mug of the week here on Novelty Chats, and this is the time where you can pause the video, go and get yourself a cup of tea, mug of coffee, glass of water, glass of wine, whatever it is that you fancy. This is quite a nice pattern mug and it says be filled, which is from Ephesians 3:19 in the Bible, but I just thought it was funny because it's be filled and it's a mug and I like to fill mugs with tea and then drink them. Okay, reading wrap up time. I read Good Me, Bad Me by Ali Land. I think that's her name. I read it on an ebook from the library. I've already returned it. I'll try and remember to stick in a picture of the cover. And it was fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. It's about a girl and you know nothing going into the story and you sort of have to put it together as you go along. And it's almost like her talking to herself in her head. It's not quite diary. It's almost like her conversation with herself. And you find out, like in the first chapter, that she's in foster care because she's turned her mother into the police for doing something really bad. And you slowly find out what that is. She has to testify at the trial. She's in foster care with a psychiatrist. They have put her in with him for a temporary measure till the trial is over to help her through it. And it's about her internal struggle of wanting to be good, but not only has she the DNA of her mother who is bad, but also she has been raised by her mother who is bad, so she's like, I'm genetically and environmentally predisposed to be bad, so how can I be good? And it's very interesting and very eerie, and a lot of the time you're maybe not 100% sure what's going on. Is she mentally stable? It's all very good. I don't want to give anything away because I feel like you could say very little and give a lot of the book away, so I don't want to do that. But I will say that it is really well written. The way it was written, it flowed so well, it got me so absorbed, and it's not a usual style of writing, but I found it worked so well for the story. And I have started reading Fatal Voyage, which is one of the Temperance Brennan's mysteries. I think it's 4, but they're murder mysteries. You don't have to read them in order. But I will probably be a lot further this by the time that you watch this, because I'm filming this on Thursday, because when you watch this on Sunday, I'm going to be in a different country. The magic of the internet. I'm going over to my brother for the weekend. I'm going to vlog it, so that'll be up hopefully on Wednesday. I come back late Monday, early Tuesday morning. So hopefully I'm not working on Tuesday, so hopefully I'll get it edited and up on Wednesday like my normal schedule. Which will be fun. So I'm filming this on Thursday morning because I leave on Thursday night. So I shall be a lot further into this, I hope, by the time that you get around to watching this video, but that's what we're on. Okay, so into the discussion. I've been watching a lot of Booktube videos recently about this topic, and it's something that I just wanted to pitch in on. If I can remember the videos, I'll link them down below. There's nobody I subscribe to and I watched a whole bunch of them, so if I can go back in history and find a couple, I'll link them down below. And it is about division in Booktube, and a lot of them were saying there's big booktubers and small booktubers, and there's such a world of difference. The big booktubers have lots of subscribers, read similar books, have really high quality, pretty videos all edited beautifully. And smaller YouTubers don't have great filming equipment, they don't have a lot of subscribers, but they all read completely different books and have more individualized opinions. So that's what they were kind of saying. But I would say you get this in all YouTube communities. There's always going to be big and little, and if you brought the little ones up to the level of the big, then the big ones would get bigger, if you know what I mean. I don't think it's a problem that is going away anytime soon, and I would say it's in YouTube in general, not just Booktube. I would say if you went in and looked at drama channels and beauty gurus and film reviewers and whatever else happens on the wider spectrum of YouTube, there's big and there's little, and the bigger ones have more followers, but do similar content and have nice videos, and the smaller ones may do more individualized content but don't have as many followers or as high quality filming equipment, etc. It's not just Booktube, it's YouTube in general. But I would argue that you can't really put people into categories. As a teacher, I see this all the time, and you're either this or you're that, especially when it comes like special needs and stuff, and I really feel horrible about leaning towards putting people in you're this or you're that. So I see this more as a spectrum, and you've got big on this side and small on this side, and everyone's somewhere on the scale. So I wouldn't necessarily there is a divide because it's a scale, but definitely there would be a divide between the ones at the bottom of the scale and the ones at the top, but there's loads in between on varying ranks, and some of the small ones maybe mightn't see the divide as big as some of the middle ones might, you know what I mean? It's everyone's own perspective as to where they're on the scale and where they want to be on the scale. So I don't know if you can necessarily put people into big or small, but I understand what they're getting at. One of the videos I watched said that the bigger booktubers weren't really part of the community as much as the smaller booktubers were. And that statement was purely based on the fact that they don't respond to every comment that their videos receive. They're not having interaction with their subscribers. And I agree, that is something that I really enjoy following smaller booktubers, is almost the friendship that you can strike up with them, and you can have back and forth conversations on each other's videos. But I found that anytime I've watched a video of a bigger booktuber, I'm not really subscribed to anyone that's sort of over like 8,000. I think 8,000 is about my biggest. But even some of those don't respond to all of the comments, and I don't mind, I comment whatever, and I still enjoy watching their videos. Excuse me, but it doesn't feel as much of a two-way relationship as it is with smaller booktubers. I would argue that they do give to the community. They give to the community by attracting people to the community. I think if you would say to a lot of people who watch Booktube, name some of the people that you started watching, they would all be the people that are better known and have more followers, because they're the ones that pop up on YouTube. They're the ones that get the media attention, and they're the ones that are pulling people in. So I would say in that way they're an asset to the community. They're also an asset because they are creating videos. Okay, they're not having person-to-person conversations, but they're creating content, and they are making videos and putting them out there and starting discussions, and that is contributing, there's no doubt. But what the issue I have with the content of larger booktubers sometimes is when they review books or do hauls, it seems less like reviews and more like advertising. Now, I don't watch a lot of the bigger YouTubers, but it seems sometimes like they only do sponsored videos or books that they're sent for nothing. And that's fine. If you can get that, have at your gig. I would love to be sponsored. But I sometimes wonder where the creativity goes when people are dictating to you, we want you to make a video about this. I'm starting to get a really sore throat. And also subscribers, you're trying to peddle to what they want. Whereas I think smaller YouTubers, they have nothing to lose. They don't have anyone supporting their videos, so they don't have to please them, and they don't have lots of people watching their videos, so they're not really worried about losing lots of subscribers, so they sort of just take the punt, and I think you can get a lot more creative content from smaller booktubers. I know I would rather have someone who made a bad quality video but talked about the books that I enjoyed and spoke the truth, rather than a well-edited video but I didn't care about what they were talking about, and I wasn't even sure if their opinions were totally individual. But as far as community goes, I feel that everyone's a valid part of the community, and everyone has something that they bring. Whether if you just make one video, you're a booktuber. If you have no subscribers, no views, no likes, but you make a video, you're a booktuber, you're making videos. And if you do not make videos, but you watch loads of people and you comment and you interact, you're contributing to the community, even though you don't make the videos, having a back and forth with people in the comments is just as important in my eyes. So I would say that everyone is a valid part of the community and everyone brings different things, and that's what makes it diverse and interesting. I could probably, yes, invest in a better camera. I could talk about more popular books and get involved in more popular discussions and get more views and more subscribers. But for me, the people that would bring in would not be the people that I would want to watch my videos and not the people that I would want to have conversations with. I read the books that I read because I enjoy them, and I want to talk to other people who enjoy similar books. Sometimes I think being a reader and loving books isn't enough. You can have two people that love sport, and one might love horseback riding and one might love rugby, and yes, they both like sport, but that's not enough for them to start a really good conversation because their sports are completely different. And I like middle grade and I like mysteries and thrillers, and someone might absolutely love fantasy YA, and that's good on them, and we both love books and that's a good start, but it's not really enough for there to be an instant click and a great conversation to be had, because our experiences and the books that we have read are completely different. So I don't really want people coming to my channel who read completely different books from me, because the conversation is going to go a different way and there may not be any conversation at all. So I feel like if you are a booktuber or you're thinking about starting Booktube, I would say A, go for it. I love to see smaller booktubers. I love to start friendships with people through that way when they first join Booktube. But also make the videos that you want, because that'll bring the people that you want to your channel. Okay, it mightn't be hundreds of thousands of people, but it'll be the people that you want, and it's not always quality. It's not always quantity, it's quality. And you will have a much better relationship and conversations with these people who come to our channel because they like you and they like what you read, rather than having more people that don't really have any interest, but they're just interested in a particular book that you didn't even like. So I think to sort of wrap up, I think that there is a divide, but I don't think that it should matter to anybody. I think everyone contributes to the community, and smaller booktubers, in my opinion, I enjoy them much more because of the relationship and the conversations that can be had. Not everyone can be big, because then nobody would be big, because everybody would be big. I would say make your videos what you want them to be. People will watch you who want to watch you and who you want to watch you. And you'll have a much better time if you don't put that pressure on yourselves. Don't use expensive equipment. I use the webcam that's built into my computer, and I have my computer just sitting in front of me on a table, and that's it. I use iMovie, which is completely free, to do the little editing that I do, and it doesn't take me that much time. I knock them out, cut out the bits where I think I'm rambling too much, and slap them up. So it depends what you want to get out of Booktube, but if you want it to be a quick, fun, stress-free hobby that helps you make friends and connections with people with similar interests, it can definitely be that for you. If you want to review all the popular things, get big, get sponsorships, have at it, go for that, that's your goal. If you work hard at it and invest, you can probably make it happen. But for me, that was never the end goal, and at the minute, I'm really happy with all of you guys that I have for subscribers, and I love this sort of little community that we've built and all the other booktubers that I have made friends with. So I'm getting what I want out of Booktube, and I don't intend to stop doing it anytime soon. Please comment down below what your thoughts are. Totally agree with me if you want. I'll have a conversation with you, and that's what it's all about. I hope you're all happy, I hope you're all healthy, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.